Hey Grace family, and welcome back to our Midweek Check-In. So I know I'm in the middle of my 3-week vacation now, but I wanted to take a minute and record this ahead of time and still meet you in the middle of your week. And so looking back at this last Sunday, we spent some time, we finally finished this section at the beginning of chapter 4 of Philippians and got our way through verse 9. And Paul ends this whole section. He says, what you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things. And so I kind of wanted to just follow up with you and give you a little bit of a challenge while I'll be gone for a couple weeks, and certainly a challenge for myself as well. You know, Paul talks about these things, and then he tells us to not only pay attention to what he's modeled to the Philippian church, but to then practice them as well. And I think that speaks to us in our day and culture, especially in this consumer-driven reality that we live in. We can carry that into our spiritual lives so easily, where we just wear the hat of a consumer and it's just kind of feed. And rarely do we get to a spot like Paul and we can say, what you've seen and heard in me, what you've watched me do, replicate that, imitate me. And so we want to just create that culture where we're not just consuming, but we're also modeling and giving and showing people what it looks like to follow Christ. So I want to just follow up with you. I know I mentioned this in the middle of my sermon. I call it the 2:22 model. It's 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 2, that 2:22. And here's what Paul says in that letter. He says, what you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. I love this verse because in one verse you get 4 generations of disciple making, from Paul to Timothy, and his challenge to him, teach this to others who will teach others. And so I just want to encourage you, is there someone in your life where you're coming out of your quiet times with the Lord and you're intentionally proclaiming Christ to? It could be a best friend, it could be a spouse, it could be a family member, a coworker, a neighbor, a believer, a non-believer, but anybody. And that's kind of the challenge for you while I'm gone. Find someone, at least someone, where you can take off that consumer hat and just share what God is doing in your life, what you're reading in His Word, and just be able to multiply out what He has done in and through you, and in doing that, point other people to Jesus. So practice that over the next few weeks. We'll want to learn in that and grow in that together. And then looking ahead at this next Sunday, Jimmy Bollinger is going to be preaching this week. I believe he's going to be in 1 Kings chapter 19, so read that ahead of time, check that out. And since this will be the last time you hear from me from a couple weeks, just know that I love you, that I miss you, I'm praying over you, and I'm excited to come back and be with you, to continue to learn how to be making disciples who make disciples, how to follow Jesus and learn from Him together, everything that we're trying to do here at Grace. So know that I'll miss you the next couple of weeks, but I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. And in the meantime, try to create that culture of pouring into others. So have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon, church. Thanks.